Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na Thursday, number 29 day for this month of September 2022. My name na Capo Daniel, the Deputy Defense Chief and the spokesman of the Ambazonian Governing Council, aka Sense Pass King, una own countryman. Una welcome to our daily podcast, a program where they bring una meaningful information, the truth, fact-based analysis for help we as we do waka for this journey to our freedom, the independence of Ambazonia. Good citizens of Ambazonia. The title for today's episode be na fake news. The use of fake news by La République du Cameroon and their agents to foster their agenda to dismantle, disrail, and displace Ambazonia. Yesterday, La République du Cameroon kidnapped several Ambazonian citizens in Pinyin following a 2-day raid in Pinyin village, an attack and invasion that was focused in the quarter of Nkong, Fone. One Ambazonian fighters and one youth were removed from their house, put in front of the road, with onlookers who have been rounded up around the quarter, watching in plain daylight. They were both executed with bullets from their back. The names of the two youths are Chi Ransom and Jacinta Teacher. Both of them, their dead bodies were abandoned on the street as the Cameroon terrorist occupation forces make away with tens of other Ambazonians that were used as human shield in their vehicles, and some bikemen were also forced to accompany them as they retreat back to Bali, where they had launched the attack from. Ambazonian forces in Pinyin's mobilization for a reprisal attack had been stalled by lack of communication, as the Cameroon military jammed communication during those 2 days of operation. Our forces will continue to mobilize and make sure that reprisals for such crimes against humanity and war crimes are not go unpunished. In Bamenda, home of the brave, the biggest city in Ambazonia, the most populated city, the colonial SDO of Bamenda have put out a communique banning all meetings in Bamenda and all rally and all protests and gathering of persons more than 3 in the whole Bamenda. This his order and ban is meant to fight against Ambazonian nationalism that is being portrayed and displayed in Bamenda and the rest of Ambazonia during the 1st of October, the day Ambazonians' independence was granted. The war against Ambazonian nationalism is a centerpiece of Cameroon attack against the people of Ambazonians' liberation struggle. The colonial deal is ban should be an indication for Ambazonians that we should do everything humanly possible to celebrate our Independence Day and demonstrate to the rest of the world that we are indeed in control of our city. Our population should be brave and do everything humanly possible to display their national flag, their anthem, and celebration of their history as a people. In the light of today's topic of this podcast, the Cameroon government success in fighting Ambazonia have been due to its use and its ability to use Ambazonians who pretends to be supportive of our liberation movement to be used to attack the very principles and strategy that are meant to promote Ambazonian nationalism. We have seen on Facebook that one Michel Nam have also fallen into this trap of promoting Cameroon's fight against Ambazonian nationalism by putting out Cameroon propaganda to scare our people and intimidate them from not celebrating their Independence Day. He has called on our people not to celebrate and our students not to celebrate this Independence Day. We are asking our Ambazonian people to disregard such instructions that come from suspicious individuals whose campaign have always leaned towards suppressing Ambazonians' nationalism. Ambazonians will, as a matter of duty, celebrate our Independence Day anyhow, anywhere. Come rain, come sun, 1st of October must be celebrated as Ambazonian Independence Day, Ambazonians National Day, throughout our national territory. Every genuine Ambazonian force must mobilize themselves and their local population to show the world that indeed we have embraced and we celebrate our nationalism, and that is the identity our people have stood for. We are Ambazonians, and that is what we must display come 1st October. The colonial SDO have no power, no legitimacy to make orders on our population. His orders must be disregarded, and those who put instructions along the line of La République du Cameroon order should also be disregarded. The name of the Cameroon SDO that made that ban is called Simon Emi Mo. We are asking for informations that may lead to his arrest, and we are calling on all Ambazonians who can do something about this man should please reach out for us to be rewarded richly in doing so. Still in the Savannah State, in Cambe, one businessman, Mr. Eric Njamsi, was assassinated last night by the vigilante that was put up by Ngala Gerard. It's a classic case of dog bite dog. We have called on the Wimbom people, in particularly in Cambe Center, to take measures to identify those individuals who are working for the genocidal regime of La République du Cameroon and Ngala Gerard, to bring them to book. The people of Cambe must rise up as Ambazonians and stand up with the rest of the youths across the territory to fight against Cameroon occupation and make sure the bases of La République within Cambe are reduced to nothing. The Ambazonian Defense Forces are ready to support youths within Cambe to mobilize themselves to fight against Cameroon occupation, as Cambe have become an eyesore for Ambazonia. Back to the topic of today, which is the use of fake news. La République du Cameroon have consistently used Ambazonians to destroy Ambazonians. Sometimes the use of fake Facebook pages and fake publications as a means to misguide, confuse, and cause infighting and derail Ambazonian have been a weapon of propaganda choice by La République du Cameroon. Ambazonia is the only country where fake Facebook pages have more followings and more interaction than the real one. This may be as a result of Cameroon itself using its clones' Facebook pages to make comments and engage and share those pages, but it is also telling to our people how lukewarmness we have been and how afraid we have been by the Cameroon's ability to intimidate our people and frighten them to shy away from social media interaction that are crucial. We know our people do receive our messages, but the fact that fake Facebook pages are being used successfully defies all odds. For example, me, Capo Daniel, La République du Cameroon, just as they have been trying to use the face and image and names of credible Ambazonian officials to create these fake Facebook pages, including Barata Mark, which we have seen as well, the Facebook page of Lucas Asu, Dr. Cho Ayaba. The Cameroon government used these officials, their names and their pictures to create fake Facebook pages and used to even promote news that looks like real Ambazonian news that support the struggle, but beneath it they embed in them Cameroon propaganda and poison that are meant to destroy the struggle and the liberation movement. We are calling on our people to help us to make report against these fake Facebook pages that seeks to sow confusion within our liberation struggle. Our population should also take note of the people who knows that these materials are being posted by Cameroon military propaganda, but yet share it as though it was coming to us. Those people are usually people who are part of the network of Atanganji Paul and the Cameroon propaganda machine that are embedded within Ambazonia's network of communication, especially on Facebook and on WhatsApp. Remember, the only way Cameroon government can deliver its propaganda material in our people is to use people within us. So they have Ambazonians who are pretending to be supporting Ambazonia, but their main job is to criticize and look for loophole to bring down our leadership. They are within our chat group. To identify them, just look at the people who consistently do not share our messages, but selectively take messages from this fake Facebook page and bring it around to distribute it. They are doing the work of La République. They are La République du Cameroon agents. We have seen the same tactics. Cameroon uses Ambazonians who claim to be activists and Ambazonian leaderships But indeed, what they preach is not what will support Ambazonia, is what actually prove that La République du Cameroon is supposed to be winning or things like that. They are agents of La République. Take, for example, Chris Ano, whom we know very well is working for La République. What messages do Chris Ano usually preach? Take a listen to one of his messages.
We are in war. We are not in war. We are not in war. I am still waiting to see the kind of devastation that I see in Ukraine, in Victoria. How can we convince anybody there is war when there is no devastation? The structures of La République du Cameroon are still standing there. The governor mansions are still standing there. The DOs, the mayors, the sonoras, in the CDCs, they are still standing there. You saw Syria, the war in Syria. You saw the devastation. No doubt we begin to wonder, why is the international community not coming to us? Why are they not talking to us? They have not seen any devastation to prove there is war. Diplomats are still leaving Yaoundé and going to Bamenda, leaving Yaoundé and going to Boya.
So you would think that Chris Ano was trying to suggest that Ambazonians should attack in a way that will mean that there is war. No. Listen to all the audio, which is quite long. He's just struggling to convince the Ambazonians that this is not war and this war cannot attract international attention or support. Of course, he is lying like the enemy always does. This is war. Regina Mundi have confirmed. This is a resistant war. It's not a contemporary war between two states. It is a resistance against colonialism, and this is how it is being fought. We have undermined Cameroon's rule, Cameroon exploitation of our resources far beyond any struggle of independence have done. This is not the period of black and white, of course, but this is modern day resistance against colonialism. The tactics of Ambazonia is not just to cause chaos, but it is to make the occupier realize that it will spend more to continue its occupation, because Cameroon's presence in Ambazonia is one to exploit our territory, the same motivation that all colonial masters they do. Once Cameroon cannot profit from its presence in Ambazonia, which is its only reason for being there, they will walk out of our territory. We will continue to increase the cost of occupation in human life and in terms of Cameroon economy. We will bring down Cameroon's state in its knee with our sabotage and continuous and sustained fire attacks and arson attacks within Cameroon itself. We are not one Cameroon in the first place. Cameroon's interest in Ambazonia is not for us to be united with them. That is why they rejected unity in the United Nations, and they have continued to seek assimilation as a means to exploit our people and our natural resources. Ambazonia should not listen to people who pretends to be supporting Ambazonia but spend their time calling for fighters to fight each other, spending their time trying to deceive and convince our people to abandon their struggle. We have seen the same thing with Eric Tato, who pretends to be supporting Ambazonia but yet is now on a campaign to restore Cameroon control in Ambazonia. Yesterday, he was asking Ambazonians not to attack Ambazonians who are posted or who are appointed as DO and SDO. Guess what? That is Cameroon's plan, appointing Ambazonians now as DOs and SDO over our people. And who wants that plans to succeed? Eric Tato. We have seen him also supporting Cameroon's re-establishment of itself in CDC. The main production plant and the main purpose for Cameroon to be in Ambazonia is to exploit CDC product and our natural resources. Who does these people work for? Even though they carry Ambazonian flag and pretend to be supporting Ambazonia, their actions and instructions are indeed supportive of Cameroon continual occupation in Ambazonia. Do not believe them. If they walk like a dog, talk like a dog, bark like a dog, and shit like a dog, they are indeed dogs. This weekend, we are going to bring you substantial information about the activity of Cameroon through its proxies and embedded agents within our struggle, so that you can know for certain that when we say they are working for Cameroon, they are indeed working for Cameroon without an iota of doubt. Capo Daniel, signing off.